Second season, welcome back. This video is going to talk about how to race before you get to the big race. And it's super important actually to do that, to do some racing before you get to that final event of the season that has the most meaning to you, your biggest A race of the year, whatever that is, okay? So how do you do that? One thing to do is for sure to select races that are smart in relation to when that final event is going to be at the end of the season, that second season, that fall event that again is going to be your big race for the year. If you are doing sprint or Olympic distance races at the very end as your big event, it's good to do another sprint or Olympic event somewhere between 2 to 3 weeks out from that big event, maybe 4 weeks out. If you race the weekend before, you might be a little bit tired actually from that lead up race. If you race farther out than that, like 5, 6, 7 weeks out, the benefit that you get from doing a really hard race effort can kind of be diminished by the time you actually get to that event. If your big race is a 70.3, you can do another 70.3 Olympic distance or sprint distance race somewhere in that 3 to 6 week window out from your big race. If it's close, that 3-week window, probably not another 70.3, but an Olympic distance for sure, sprint distance for sure. But you could do another 70.3 3 weeks out, 4, 5, 6 weeks out. For sure you can do any of those distances. That will give you that chance to, again, practice racing, to work on your nutrition, to work on your transitions, to work on that race feel of sustaining an effort for a long period of time, longer at a high intensity than you'll ever do in your training. So when you go into that sort of lead up race to your big race, make sure you're rested. Take advantage of that race experience to bump your fitness up, to bump your experience in racing up, so that then when you get to that last big race, you have that confidence, that ease, and you've worked out some of the bugs. If your final event of the year is an Ironman, it's good to do a 70.3 Olympic or sprint race somewhere in the 4 to 8 week window out from competing in that Ironman. As you can see, the shorter your final event, the closer you can do your build-up races. The longer that race is, at the very end, the farther out you want to be, so that you can truly recover. Again, it's good to do a race that's actually, especially if it's an Ironman, a race that's shorter distance than you're going to do as a full Ironman, simply because it will afford you that ability to reset your body's gauge of what fast feels like. So if you're doing an Ironman, let's say in November, and you do a half in September, that half is going to be a lot faster than that Ironman, which will then reset your body's gauge of what speed feels like, how fast you can actually go. So plan those out. Plan those lead-up races so that they're strategically placed, so that when you get to that big event, 1, you've had experience, 2, you've bumped your fitness up in a way that only racing can do. And then when you have that big event, that final season, second season race at the end of the year, you're just going to fly and have a great time. Second season, keep the summer going, keep the fall going, get ready for what's going to be the greatest race of your life.